Well, I'm back from my first ever MetaZoo event, and I'd like to tell you about it. Let's talk about Salem. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. I did just get back from Salem, and the event was just amazing. It was a really fun time. I really enjoyed meeting the staff and meeting community members that were able to go, some of which watch this channel. So thank you for those of you that came up and talked to me about what I'm doing here. It really meant a lot to me. I went down to Salem on Friday evening. I stayed at the DoubleTree in North Chelsea, which is right at a train station that brings you into Salem. With how busy Salem is on that weekend, that was the recommended way to get into Salem rather than trying to fight the traffic in. However, there wasn't anything going on in Salem Friday night, so me and Harley from EpicTube HD and a few others, Zorax, Shanimal, and Arts, all went into Boston at Faneuil Hall, and we did a box break there. There's a link right up there if you want to watch the box break. We opened both Salem and Nightfall, and honestly, those that didn't show up, you were pretty smart because it was freezing. But really, we had a good time. We opened up some great cards. We went to Regina's Pizza after. It was a really fun time, even though it was way too cold. We woke up bright and early on Saturday morning to try to get into Salem early to get some shots of the town, but we missed our train by mere minutes. The next train was an hour later, so we got some breakfast and hopped on the 8:40 train instead of the 7:40. And this ended up being a train that a lot of people ended up catching. We rode the train with a lot of MetaZoo people and ended up just getting right in line at the venue with everyone at 120 Washington Street. Now, they did let us in the door at 10 o'clock, and we were able to get our Salem tickets. We were able to get our bookmark, our hats, and our shirt for showing up. There was also a seance playmat, the one that we've seen teased before, except for Salem. They actually put the Salem stamp in the top left corner, which is pretty interesting. The mat is very high quality. It is a mousepad type mat. The stitching around the edges is really well done. And that first day we got a passport, and there were 6 locations that we could go to, 5 of which had a stamp. The first stamp you got at HQ, this was a red seance symbol. The first stamp was at Harrison Comics, it was the S. The second stamp was in the mall at another comic shop for A. The third stamp was at a MetaZoo booth. This was in the Commons, and at the Commons there was actually a fair going on. They had fair food, they had vendors, they had rides for children. It was a really fun time. Bob and Manny manned this tent, and were giving out packs as well as the L stamp. From there we had to head down the road to Derby Street. At the corner of Derby Street was Destination Salem. That's where we got our E stamp. And there was another MetaZoo booth not far down the road from that Dio and Mario were manning for the M. So all the stamps together spelled Salem. Now, once the passports were complete, you needed to head back to MetaZoo HQ at 120 Washington Street. You bring your passport back and it gets stamped there, and you receive the Salem City Terra. And this is a beautiful full hollow Terra, probably one of my favorite Terras that they've released so far. And the key with the stamps was to take your time and enjoy the town. There was a lot going on. There was street performers all up and down the roads that you could stop at and watch, and a lot of them were really good. There were a ton of different shops and vendors that you could stop at. One of the reasons to take your time at an event like this was that the doors to get upstairs at HQ didn't open until 4 o'clock. That's when we were allowed to go up. We could start mingling and playing games with each other, get ready for dinner, and get ready for the after party that night. Being with Harley, we did get a lot of shots of the town. We were able to grab MetaZoo packs from people at the booths and hand them out to kids around the town, which was incredibly fun. People were incredibly excited to learn about MetaZoo and receive some free packs. And for that evening, a ton of people got together, played games at the tables. Mike and Andy and the artist showed up. Ham and Cheddar and Alex were there as well. And it was a really great experience to meet some of the community that I've been hearing about, talking to, and that have been watching this channel for the past 9 months. Now, the second day was very similar to the first. There was one major difference. Second day we got there, you got another stamp on your ticket, so both sides of the ticket have a stamp on it. You got another bookmark for showing up for the second day, which completes your playset of bookmarks. If you didn't do stamps on the first day, you could do your stamps on the second day, but if you did your stamps on the first day, you couldn't do stamps again to get the City Terra, but you could go around and you could get packs at the various locations. The major difference for the second day is that artists were doing signings. All of the signings were free, and for the artists that were there, you had Seb, Kelsey, Poncho, Jet, and Afton. Unfortunately, at the time that I got my signings done, Afton was not in the room doing the signings, so I didn't get a chance to do signings with Afton, but it was really nice to meet Seb, Kelsey, Poncho, and Jet. All in all, it was a great event. The promos were amazing. The community, it was just great to meet all of you and have some fun. MetaZoo was really well represented in Salem. 120 people showed up on the first day, and new people still came on the second day that couldn't make it for the first. So I wanted to say thank you to Ted and the rest of the MetaZoo staff that put the event together. The work that you put into the event has not gone unnoticed, and a lot of the people that I've talked to from the event had a great time. I'd also like to say thank you to Harley. I saw a lot of the work that he puts into being at the events and how much time he spends recording and making sure that he's capturing every possible moment for the community. So please keep an eye out for EpicTube HD's video on Salem. It's going to be much more in-depth than what I'm providing here, and it's going to actually be more of an experience of Salem. And after what I experienced this weekend, I'm really excited to do more MetaZoo events in the future. I think I would like to do more like Salem, stuff like the Frogman Festival or the Mothman Festival that is very MetaZoo-centric or very festival-centric versus conventions. So these are the types of events that I'm looking forward to doing, the ones where we get to be more of a community together. And on my way out the door, MetaZoo gave me some product to give away, so I have a Seance booster box and a Nightfall Second Wave Pin Club box that I'm going to be giving away. I'm going to set up a live stream in the near future, and we'll do a pin box with a pack art set from the Seance booster box. So thank you for watching this Salem rundown, and I'll catch you in the next one.